Okay. I turned off the recording because I thought just me and Christina were here, but when I looked, there was 22 people here. So I had my screen had shifted, so I couldn't see everybody. Me and her was fixing to have a conversation and a half. Okay, good morning, everyone. So happy to see everybody. Thank you all for being on. I'm going to close this chat down a little bit, and we're going to get started. It's 9:32, so time to get ready for a new month. I'm happy September's over and October. So the first thing, we're going to do is, sorry about that. So, you know, when I do Power Hour, I like to do assignments. That's just what I love to do. I love us all working together, and I feel like my day goes a whole lot better whenever we spend an hour working. So, but today is the first day of the month, and if I'm not mistaken, I did Power Hour the first day of September too. Maybe it was August, but I think it was September. Okay, so the first thing to do is wake up your Facebook if you haven't already, and if you have, just put it's going to be the first assignment, to wake up Facebook. So make some kind of post on your Facebook wall, inspirational, funny, anything you want to put on your Facebook wall. So let's all do that. And when you finish, put finished with assignment 1 or finished number 1, whatever. Let me know when you're finished and we'll move on. Excuse me. Any kind of post you can do, like I do inspirational, but some people like to do a funny, or it's October the 1st, so you may want to do a fall post or an October post. Just any kind of post on your personal Facebook wall, and that helps wake up your Facebook. Daphne can't hear anything. Can anyone hear me? If you can hear me, okay. Daphne, I don't know why you can't hear me. Okay, Heather's helping. Thank you. One thing I like about these power hours is everybody is so helpful, and I appreciate that. It's very helpful whenever I'm needy when it comes, especially when it comes to electronics. And so when someone helps me, it means a whole lot. And on these calls, everyone is so eager to help, and I appreciate that. Okay, second assignment is to go to your Facebook Messenger. We're going to wake it up also and send 2 or 3 messages to just anybody. If you're in a group chat or whatever, put happy fall or happy Tuesday, whatever. Just wake up Messenger. 2 or 3 messages in Messenger. And when you're finished, put it in the chat, please. Okay, everybody's finished with that? Okay, so we're gonna do a blitz in just a few minutes, but before we do that, I want us to do one other thing, maybe two. So this is the end. This yesterday was the end of September. Oh, Candace, this is her first Zoom. Welcome, Candace. Awesome. Happy to have you join us. It's awesome. We love new people. Okay, so this is the first day of October, and I love, y'all know I like to write everything down. I have lists, I have goals, I write everything down because I have to see it. So this is the first day of October, so the first thing I want us to do is write down our short-term goals. So what is your goal for October? If you did this last night, that's fine. But write down a goal for you for October and be realistic. But write it down. And I know you've heard me tell this over and over, but until I wrote my goals down, I didn't meet them. But when I started writing my goals down, then I started meeting my goals or reaching my goals. So for right now, I want us to take about 5 minutes and write down the goals that you set for yourself for October. Write it down. And what I do with mine is I write it down, but I place it, I have several places that I put these. I put them on my refrigerator, on my dresser in my bedroom, on my nightstand, in my car, in my office, on my desk. I've got them by my couch on the little table. I've got my goals everywhere so I can see them several times a day. And it really, really does make a difference when you write them down and you look at them several times a day. It does help you. It motivates you. It does something you won't even realize exactly what it's doing for you, but it does help. So right now, let's all write down our goals. That's assignment number 3, your goal for October. That's good, Heather. I do the same thing. The last day of the month, I try to think of what I want to do different for the next month. And I try to compare, read my goal, look over what I wrote down the first of the month and see where I'm at with what I wrote down. So give everybody just a few minutes to do that. Write down your goals. And you may want to go back to September where you wrote down your goals for September. Look at that, what you wrote down. Think about how well you got to, how close or how much maybe you went over your goal. Maybe you more than reached your goal. But just look at it. Think about that for a minute and then consider what you want to write for October. Awesome, Cassandra. That's great. 3 away from September goal. That's awesome. Who else feels like that writing your goals down makes a difference? when I see that I've written something down, that something that I'm going to do or going to try to do, that means a whole lot more to me than just thinking about, you know, I might do this, but when I write it down, it makes a big difference to me. That's right, Heather. We're more accountable when we write it down. Okay, I'm just going to give a couple more minutes. Okay, everybody finished that? I've got a scratchy throat this morning. I'm sorry. I keep coughing and clearing my throat. Okay, so we know this is the first of the month, and we've all written down our goals. We woke up Facebook, we woke up Messenger. So let me talk to you about just a few of the a few things that I do. I guess my daily method of operation, maybe. I'm not going to give it all to you, but I'm just going to tell you a few things that I've done that I feel like helps me, especially at the end of the month, with the end of the month push. And I saw someone post last night something about one thing they liked about their job is they didn't have a stressful end of the month. It all ended peacefully and smooth and all that. Well, I'm sorry. But every end of the month, the last couple of days, I mean, I'm pushing hard. But anyway, I'm just going to tell you a couple of things that I do, a couple of my daily method of operation, I guess, that might help you. So I am a write it down person. I have to write things down. I have to see it. So I use the Happy Planner. This is how I do my follow-up. I use the Happy Planner. And the reason why I like this is it's got the months, but you can add, let me show you. I wish I had a smaller one here. I've got a smaller one somewhere. But look how easy it is to take these papers out. I mean, they just get one sheet. They just, I don't know if you can see that. They just pop right out, and then you can just push it right back in. So I can take these papers out, move them all around. There's all different shapes and sizes. Let me show you just a few. I've got blue paper. We've got the blue. There's all different kinds of sheets. There's different sizes. There's different colors. There's numbers. These are just the little bitty. This is what I do a lot of my list on. Little bitty pages. There's half pages. But there's just, look at this. Just all kinds of different kinds that you can just put in. This is another good list paper. Little bitty list. I mean, there's all different sizes. There's all different colors. So this is why I love the Happy Planner. And another reason, and I got this at Walmart this year. Now, I used to get it at Hobby Lobby, but this year, right when school was, they was putting out their school stuff, Walmart had all kinds of it, and I got a lot of my stuff like this pack. I think I paid $2 for this, and there's like 60, there's 40 sheets in it. This pack, I paid $2 for it, and this is what I do a lot of my list on. You can see that. And on this side, it's like a weekly goal, like the days of the weeks listed. So, but they're so easy just to slip out and slip in, and like from month to month, I can move the list from one month to the next. It doesn't hurt the paper, tear it up or nothing. You can move it around. You can add to. You can also buy the puncher and make your own sheets. Like if you find paper that you like, you can do that. There's also like, you can add a month, add 6 months, refills, all that kind of stuff. Everything you need. So I'm a list person. So let me just tell you a few of the lists that I keep. And this is why I love this planner. So I have a list of anyone who I'm tagged for in my customer group. I write their name on a list, tagged list. I have a list for anyone who asked about the 7-day experience pack. I write their name down on the experience pack list. I have a list for anyone I give my link to order a 7-day experience pack. I have a list for anyone I give, anyone who asked about the 30-day combo pack or the belly blasting kit. And if I give them my link for that, I write their name on a list. I have all these lists. And you may think, oh, that's too many lists. It's not, because like if we have a special or like at the end of the month, I can use my list to follow up with the people that I know were interested in ordering or that ask questions or whatever. My list come in so handy. So that's just one thing that I do every month. I do that. I keep up, I have lists. So a few months ago, I think it's been about 3 months now, June, July, August, it's 4 months now, we started doing the Blitz calls. And so what you do is for 15 minutes, you send out messages in Messenger. And what I do is I go to the list in what I've been doing, and I'm almost finished, but I have 3 Facebook accounts. But what I've been doing is going to the list in my customer group, going to the members list, and your members, your friends will come up first. Look to see if you're the person that added them to that group. And then I'm sending them a Blitz message. So last month I kept up with how many Blitz messages I sent, and I do at least one a day, and I've been trying to do 2 15-minute Blitz a day, one in the morning, one in the evening. In August, I sent out over 1,200 messages in my Blitz calls, or on my Blitzes in August. In September, I sent out over 1,500 messages. Y'all, I'm telling you, I've signed up, I think 4 now that has not ordered since 2016. These had Gen 2. They had not ever tried True Control. I'm reaching out. I'm getting in touch with people that I haven't talked to in a couple of years or 3 years now. People that when I first started selling 4 years ago, I'm reaching out to them and getting responses. So I think that making lists are very, very important. And another thing I do is I write down my daily activities. So like if I do a Blitz, I write it down. And this month I kept up with how many messages I sent out. And then I did it in August too. So if I do a Blitz, then I write down 15-minute Blitz. If I do follow-ups, then I write down follow-ups for 15 or 30 minutes, however long I do it. If I have a Zoom call, I write down I did a Zoom. I keep up with my daily activities. And that way, at the end of the day, I can look back over my activities. And so like if I'm not very busy, I can look at my activities and I can probably figure out why I'm not busy. It's probably because I haven't done something that I needed to do today. So I write down my activities and I try to go back over that, read that, find out what I'm doing, what I'm not doing, and adjust my activities for the next day so I have more business or whatever. If I work the customer group for 20 minutes, I write that down. But if I don't do those things and I'm not busy, when I look back over, I can pinpoint a lot of times what I did or did not do, and that helps me. So I'm big on making lists. Another thing is every morning I wake up my Facebook and I wake up my Messenger first. And then I do about 15 to 20 minutes of self-help. So I listen to Ray Higdon, I listen to Eric Worre, I listen to Larry Thompson, I listen to Angel and Ryan, I listen to Kaylee Cyber, I listen to Tanya Williams, I listen to anybody. I go to for recordings of anybody. I mean, some of these just do lives on their Facebook wall or in groups that I know they've done that, because I wished I had started self-help a long time before I did. At first, I didn't think it was important, but I'm telling y'all, it's very, very important that you listen to self-help. I just finished reading the book, is it Girl wash your face or go wash your face or whatever. I finished it. I'm telling y'all, if you have read that book, you need to. I listened to it. You need to listen to it. Another one of mine is my very, very favorite is Eric Worre's GoPro. I have read that book 4 or 5 times, and I've listened to it 4 or 5 times, and I still, every time I listen to it, I get something else from it. Another book is How to Win Friends and Influence, is it People? I've listened to that book and read that book. I know it's, and like I said, I only do that 15 to 20 minutes in the morning. I take out that much time for self-help for me. Another thing is that you can Google motivational speeches or whatever. You can also go to YouTube, but you can find something motivational to go to and do some self-help. So that's one thing that I suggest. I highly recommend that you do self-help. So I told you a little bit about what I do. Another couple things is every morning I'm very active in my group and on my Facebook. I go to my customers pages. I go to my interaction groups, and this is how I'm getting more friend requests now. But I do that every morning, and I make sure I do that the last thing every evening. 2 times a day, I'm very active on my Facebook wall and on my friends, messaging them, commenting on their stuff, going to my interaction groups, my interest groups. I make sure I'm very active in my interest groups every single day. They see my name a lot in my groups, and that's how I'm getting most of my friend requests right now. So that's a few things. The Law of Attraction series on YouTube is amazing, is what Alicia Thompson said. Awesome. I'll look that up. Anything like that, I'm telling you, it will make a difference in you, especially the ones that are, everyone's wanting to become a leader. This is so needful. So it's very important that you do a little bit of self-help every single day. So right now, I want us to do a blitz. So we're going to do 15 minutes of sending messages, and you can go like, you can do your green dots, or you can go all the way in Messenger. If I do my green dots, let me show you how I do this. I go all the way, well, let me find my, yeah. So this is my green dots, but I scroll all the way to the very bottom. Keep going till it won't scroll anymore. And I start down there. If not, you'll begin to start messaging the same people over and over. So I'm still scrolling. 5,000 people on this. But anyway, go all the way to the bottom of that to start your green dots. I'm going to I have 2 customer groups. I'll go there and find my members like that. So I'll give you a few messages that I'm sending. Let me see if I can do this without getting knocked off. And Stace, well, I can do it. Okay, so let me find some messages that I'm sending right here. Here's several. Just look over these. Whoops. I'll put this in the chat. Reword it just a little bit. And for 15 minutes, we're just going to send messages. Don't answer. Okay, there's a few, and if you need more, just let me know. But don't answer. It is 9:56. So, yeah. So we'll go for till 10:11. Let's just send messages. So let's all go send messages and do this blitz. Don't answer. And at the end, we're going to count how many messages we sent off in 15 minutes between all of us. If you have a question or if you need help, unmute and ask it or put it in the chat. And I'll try to watch the chat while I work. I haven't seen the Passion Planner, Stacy. I'll have to look it up. Yes, you can play it when I get in the car, I automatically turn it on. Let's see if that's. Make sure you change up the messages just a little bit. So 611. I better write that down because I will not remember it. I mean 1011. See? And if you need me, be sure and that's awesome, Heather. Awesome, Stacy. Now, the Happy Planner has the month. It's got several different things, but like on the month sheets, I write down every night. I write down my numbers and my PV. And then it has another month page, like a daily. I guess it's daily, and I write down on there like my new enrollments and what they ordered and their ID number, their phone number. So it's easy for me to go back on that month and see what day someone ordered on it. Plus, I have their information there. And then I run my today sales list. I've talked to y'all about that, and I write down every day my personal sales that come through. And then like the next month, as that person orders, I highlight their name. So like in September, I highlighted the names from August sales. At the end of the month, and I know who has not ordered, and I can follow up with those people, which I run my reports too. But I just have this right here where I can see it and try to get them back on board. When I do the blitz, I have a whole lot. My business is very good after a blitz. It takes a little bit, but then they'll start messaging you. And some of them will wait 2 and 3 weeks before they message you back, but a lot of times they will. We've got 8 minutes left. Thanks everybody for being on today. At one time we had 55 on. That is awesome. Four more minutes.
that is much better language.
One more minute. Okay, everybody, please go and count how many messages you sent in your 15 minutes, and I'm going to try to add them up as they're added to the group, and I'll have to count mine. I didn't get a whole lot sent today because I was watching the group and answering messages. Oh, awesome. I did 17. Bye, Heather. Thank you for being on. You're awesome. Cassandra, every day I don't get a lot done. It depends on, because I have to read too and see where I left off with that person, but it doesn't matter if you don't get very many. Some days you're going to get more than others. It's okay. It doesn't matter. That's fine, Dana. It doesn't matter. You're not going to do really good every day, but some days you're going to just do amazing. I mean, I have sent out 40 in 15 minutes, but some days I've sent out 10 in 15 minutes. So it's okay. We're up to 214. Okay, let me see where I left off. Okay. Anybody else? I'm at Christy Buford. Anybody after her? We're up to 235. That's awesome. In 15 minutes, we sent out at least 235 messages. So, and see, these people will start responding, and then if you can fit it in, and I just tell my team, do it whenever they have a chance. We don't have to be together for them to do it. I try to do one every morning and also one every evening. And that is where the last couple of months where I've gotten a lot of my customers from has been the blitzes. We're up to 260. I'm going to give everybody just about another minute to put your amount in the chat. $320. 328, 340, 38. Okay, so while I think that's probably everyone, if not, just go ahead and put your number in the chat and I'll add it. But I'm going to tell you about one more thing, and I stress this every time I get on, but it's that important to me, is I do a today sales report, and it's what it does is it shows you every transaction that comes through your entire account. I have 16 levels now, so I see every transaction that comes through my account every single day. And what I do is I look at this account, and if you don't know how to make it, I have a picture I can send you with the exact instructions on how to create the account, the report, I'm sorry. But every day I go through that and I write down my personal, just my level ones, who ordered, and that's where I have this is a couple months ago, but this is them. So every day I'm like, this was the first of the month. This is the ones of my orders that came through. I write them down every single day. And then whenever I have one of my personal enrolled, whenever they order, the day they order, I send them a message because I can see from this report that they placed an order. I send them a message and thank them for the order. Follow up with them again, ask them if they have any questions. Is there anything I can do for them? Is there anything we need to adjust? I make sure I touch base with them on the day that they place their order, their new order. Then at the end of the month or during the month, what I do is like, so this was July, I guess. So in August, as these people ordered in August, I highlighted their name. And that way, at the end of the month, I could look back and I could see exactly who had and had not ordered from the month before. And it made it easier for me to follow up with them. So the reason why I'm saying that is I think it's very helpful. That report is so helpful to me. But the reports that are in the back office are so beneficial. I'm telling you, if you're not using them, please go and play with them. You will love them, and they help me so much. I can see exactly my downline, how many they have active, if they're active, if they have their PB or not. I can keep up with that and try to help make sure that they have their PB for the month so they get paid. But anyway, there's so many good things, so many good reports in the back office that you have available to you. You can't mess them up. You can play, you can add to, you can take away from, you can adjust them for you, for how you want the report to be for you. I know a lot of the reports, or several of them that I use, don't have the sponsor for the person. So I add sponsor to every one of my reports so I know who in my downline, whose customer that is. So, but anyway, if you're not using the reports in the back office, please go and play with them and adjust them, make them fit you. And I feel like they'll help you with keeping up with your customers and with growing your business. Lisa, I can send you the picture of how to create that report, but it's my #1 report. I use it every single day. That is my go-to report. It stays open on my computer all day long. So anyway, it's only 18 minutes after, but I'm finished for today. Does anybody have any questions? Does anyone have a question? I know it's the first of the month and everybody's trying to get everything ready for this month, and we've got a lot of changes coming this month. I'm so excited. I can't wait for everything to be announced. I feel like that all of us are really fixing to start moving fast, and I think this is going to help us all. So I'm so excited about the changes that corporate's doing for us. And I don't know if y'all know this, but the patches, the Vibrant patches, are going up $10 today. So instead of being $65, they're going to $75. But if you put them on auto ship right now at $65, you can lock in that price. That will save you $10 a month just on the patches. So that's something that I just did a few minutes ago, but just something to consider if you're using the patches. Okay, if no one has any questions, do you know where we can watch previous Zooms? Ask your upline. There is a YouTube channel that has all of the Power Hours on it. It's a Power Hour channel for YouTube. I know Kaylee Cyber and Lisa Cowart and Allie Carlson, I know they can give you the link for that. I don't have it. So thanks everyone. I appreciate it. And Lisa, I'll send you the instructions on how to make that report. See y'all next time. Have a great October. I hope everybody ranks to 8-star. in October. Bye-bye.